Imagine handing the keys to a multi-million-dollar data center to, well, someone who has literally never written a single line of code.
Right. I mean, it sounds completely backwards, but based on the official GCP certification framework we're looking at today, that's exactly what Google's progression path encourages.
Yeah, and welcome to this deep dive, by the way. Our mission today is to take this alphabet soup of cloud certifications and, really map out that exact path from absolute zero experience to specialized expert.
Because it's not just random, right? It reveals a highly intentional, structured strategy that mirrors how organizations actually mature in the cloud.
So let's start at the very bottom, or I guess the foundational tier. We've got the Cloud Digital Leader and the Generative AI Leader certs here. And my notes show absolutely zero hands-on cloud experience needed, like none.
Zero. I mean, these are targeted strictly at non-technical leaders, project managers, sales teams.
Wait, really? No technical prerequisites at all?
None. Because you can't successfully govern a massive cloud budget if leadership doesn't grasp the fundamental cost models, They don't need to provision a server. They just need to know when it makes business sense to use one.
Oh, okay. So it's kind of like getting a driver's permit.
Yeah.
Or actually, no, it may be more like city planning. Like you weren't pouring the concrete, but you were setting the zoning laws for where the cloud budgets and AI initiatives can go.
Exactly. Yeah. City planning is a great way to look at it. But I mean, a plan is useless without the people who actually pour that concrete.
Right. Which brings us to the next level up, the associate tier. This is where you need, 6 or more months of hands-on experience?
Yeah, using the Cloud Console and the AIG Cloud command line interface. This is your Associate Cloud Engineer, or ACE, your data practitioner, and the workspace administrator.
I've got to push back a little on that 6-month time frame, though. I mean, if this tier is just about basic deployments and, watching monitoring dashboards, isn't that basically just validating grunt work?
Well, I think you're underestimating how quickly a basic deployment can snowball into a massive disaster.
Oh, like a cascading failure kind of thing.
Exactly. That 6 months of muscle memory, it ensures the engineer knows how the raw materials behave under pressure. Like, if you misconfigure an identity access policy early on,
a high-level architectural diagram isn't going to save you.
Right. You'll get a massive data breach. This tier proves core operational proficiency. You have to know how the materials warp in the weather before you build the skyscraper.
That makes the jump to the professional tier make a lot more sense, actually. So this is the big leagues.
Yes, senior engineers and architects. You need over 3 years of IT experience and at least a year deep in GCP for this.
Looking at the visual map in the framework, it honestly looks like a skill tree in a role-playing game. You start at ACE, and then you level up to the professional cloud architect, the PCA, which is like the massive trunk of the tree.
And from that trunk, you start branching out into highly specific domains. You go from asking how to build it to asking how to secure, scale, and automate it across a global enterprise.
Right. Let's talk about those branches because it gets pretty heavy here. You've got specialties like the machine learning engineer and the cloud security engineer.
Yeah, and a machine learning engineer at this level, they aren't just running basic models. They are managing complex generative AI pipelines on Vertex AI.
Which is Google's dedicated machine learning platform, right?
Exactly, for training and deploying AI infrastructure. And meanwhile, the professional cloud security engineer is focusing on stuff like zero trust security.
Zero trust, meaning the architecture just assumes no user or system is trusted by default, even if they're already inside the corporate network.
That is the core of it, yeah. Designing that requires a holistic view of the entire enterprise's data flow. You're essentially designing the nervous system of the organization.
Wow. So for you listening right now, it's definitely worth taking a hard look at your own career map. Are you setting the zoning laws at the foundation, or are you architecting that zero trust nervous system?
Yeah. What is your next skill tree unlock? But, the most striking takeaway from all this is actually back at the beginning. Google placed the Generative AI Leader certification in the foundational tier,
completely requiring zero coding. That really reframes how we look at AI maturity, doesn't it?
It does. It puts AI governance right alongside basic cloud concepts.
Which makes you wonder, with AI evolving this fast, will AI governance just become a mandatory baseline for all business professionals? Like, maybe it stops being an optional tech specialty and just becomes a requirement to keep your job.
Absolutely. It's a massive shift in expectations for everyone.
Definitely something for you to mull over before planning your next career move.